Yeah, Friday. I'm here and you are too. So let's do what we came to do. No shame. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all gotta excuse me, yo. Sandman was in full effect. Kala. How you doing, man? He said, hey, son, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Gotta do it. Everything is gonna be all right. Everything is gonna be just cool. Yo. What we gonna have some fun tonight. I can guarantee you that, if nothing else, yo. Even if we have to go for self, whoa. Yeah. Keep going, baby. It's still Homage series. East Coast tonight. Yo, keep it in step. Yo, I rep the daily go-getterism and the urban therapy. But son, yo, we the one. Well, you know what, Carla, though? I'm glad you confident that I'm going to show up. Because I will. From 1 until we get this thing on the grill. The party was supposed to start at 4. Should I say the cookout? But, yo, it's a little more. Because the deviled eggs ain't ready yet. And them ribs ain't ready to get. I said, CP time is in full effect. Yo. We had to spend a check. Money is gone, but it's time to have a little bit of fun, and it's on. Yeah. Yo. What time y'all getting here? The cookout starting at 4. Ain't nobody gonna be here at 4. My girl hair ain't even done yet. My son is in the shower. My son is wet. Pause. Ow. Say it if you need to. Y'all understand, yo, how we do. Yo, when the show starting at 4, you know it's a cookout, black cookout, so for sure, you don't need to show up till around 6. We gonna be here till around 2 or 3. Y'all know how it go. We got the drinks and the much food for free. And yo, and you know the food costs a lot now, so a lot of times people laying down, but I'm still here, you're still here, and I'm glad that you came through, and it appears that we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Actually a lot. This is gonna be, look out, you remember, yo, this spot. We moved out Jersey, y'all. We moved out Jersey and Delaware. You know how that cookout gonna go. Or moved out in the county. We moved out in the county. No, not Delaware County. We moved out Montgomery County. We moving on up. We got a couple of dollars and shit. We want to show off the crib. You know what I mean? Got the cookout pumping for real, y'all. Got a brand new job, new bills. House expensive as hell. 300,000. That's back in the 80s. What? Oh, who could afford that? We working for IBM. You know how that shit go. Yeah. We got a couple of dollars. Couple of dollars in the 80s. All you had to make was 50,000. 1984. You was getting paid off the charts for sure. Yo, brand new Cadillac. Bust that. Living in East Oak Lane. If you live in Philly, I don't have to explain. Big ass crib, mansion style. Yo, we going out like this. And my child is going to some of the best schools. Yo, she cutting up, he cutting up fools. Yeah. Yo, Cardinal Dougherty. Yo, where they gonna go? They gonna go to West Catholic out West Philly? Or they gonna go to Cardinal Dougherty? Over there. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Roman Catholic. Callahan. Now that's for those of y'all who went to Catholic school, you know. If you know, you know. You. Little Flower. East Coast tonight. Word. So we gonna let the sun shine in. It's time for us to begin. All we really trying to do is win. In the midst of that, we might have to sin, but we are going to repent. None of us are really have to sin, but to do the best that we can. This is all for woman there. Man, yo, we do the best that we can. And we fall, but we get up. We fall, but we get up. What we talking about the East Coast? What we talking about the best coast? We do it on the East. Nonetheless, we don't take the least. We get money over here. New York, Philly, Jersey, round here. Can't forget Maryland, Baltimore, DC. Follow me. Even down to East Coast, down south. Miami, coming up to what? See, the thing about Atlanta is inward. So they East Coast, but they it's like Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is in Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is on the East Coast, but Pittsburgh is all the way on the west side of Pennsylvania. So, you know, and Atlanta is all the way on the west side of Georgia. So we might have to go with Savannah on this one. Shout out to Savannah. Savannah GA. But then again, I'm not gonna take it away from Atlanta. They can be the East Coast if they say so. But they bordering right there on Alabama. And that's not the East. 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 That's not. Yeah. What are we talking about? We gonna make sure that we turn it out. We ain't going the crime route, but if we gotta take something to go ahead and shut up. Yo, we ain't got to get set up. Ain't nobody here telling on nobody. I'm just here to get a little something from a hottie and skate on. I said skate on, but I float on. We got a brand new boat on the water, the river, maybe the lake. Chicago is getting ahead for God's sake, but Chicago ain't on the East Coast. But yo, I ain't fronting no Chicago. They got the most people in the whole Midwest. They like the Midwest, New York, but they different though. Yeah. So even though we late, we still gotta get warmed up, baby. Still gotta get warmed up. So what are y'all fondest East Coast memories, baby? Cause you know hip hop was birthed on the East Coast, so hip hop was birthed on the East Coast. Shout out to the Boogie Down Bronx, even though I have pertinent information that says that hip hop was actually started in Brooklyn. So, nonetheless, it's the East Coast thing, East Coast swing, East Coast make it, world gonna take it. We gonna get dressed, some of y'all naked. I'm gonna bake it, some of y'all cook it. Yo, we make it, but the world took it. You talk about Trenton, New Jersey. You know how they say, You know that bridge they say, what Trenton makes the world takes. They wasn't lying. Still trying to work, make the products people buying all around the world for that commerce. We do this thing off the top, rehearse the next day when we should have did it the day before. But for sure, all right, let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. And this your daily. It's the daily go-getter-mism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing. Taking off fast lane, no coasting. And everything is gonna be all right. We talking about paying homage to the East Coast tonight. Paying homage to the East Coast tonight. We gonna do it right. So, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is, and y'all know what we doing. So, in our Pay the Homage series, first we talked about the West Coast. Then last Friday, we talked about the Dirty South. And tonight we gonna talk about the East Coast, baby. My belt right. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like it when my belt, the end of my belt, doesn't reach the last loop. For me, that feels funny. Like I'm not really strapped up properly. You know what I mean? My pants are up, or should I say my shorts are up, but I don't feel like I'm strapped up properly. You know what I mean? I'm out here in the world. I'm unprepared, but we good. So yeah, when you think about the East Coast and the artists that came from the East Coast, you're probably not going to be short of artists that you can name. With the East Coast being the birthplace of hip hop, then we have the latest, I would say the latest and the greatest American form of pop music that there is. It pretty much ended on the East Coast. Now, there are other forms of music that came out of hip hop, like house music. And you could say, you ever have your house supposed to be totally quiet and it's not? I don't know. I'm having ghosts of my, I had to take my cat to the vet today. And when I tell you that Crystal hollered all the way there and all the way home, now she don't be meowing. But evidently when she got to get in the carrier and go in the car, she ain't feeling none of that. She ain't feeling none of that. And she is definitely showing her displeasure. Now, hopefully today will be the last visit that she'll ever have to go to the vet. But how can I ever say that? You know what I mean? She had to get surgery a few weeks ago. That went well. And now she's, fully recovered for the most part. They took the stitches out last week or whatever. So we had to go for a follow-up exam. So just trying to make sure that she's good to go. But like I was saying, you could say that techno music came out of hip hop. You know, anything with the big beats, with the basically the beat driven music. Now, you could say that before hip hop came out, disco music was driven by the beat. But you have to really, you got to think about it for a minute. Was disco really driven by the beat or was it driven by the music? There's a difference between a beat and the music. When I think about a beat, what's up, Barcelona? When I think about a beat, I'm thinking about really the drum. And you know, the essence of hip hop music is the drum. Without no drum, you're not going to have no hip hop. Even if you have a rapper that's rapping a cappella, he's going to be rapping, but that's not going to be hip hop. hip hop actually started without the rapper. It started with the DJ. It started with the jams in the park up in New York, and it branched out to other places, you know, Jersey, Philly, down. It seemed to have gone down before it came back up. But we're gonna talk about the entire East Coast today. But I would say that hip hop was the last full brand of American music, American pop music that was built in America. Now, we can talk about this because some people might not agree with that. Y'all know how I feel about house music. But and house music wasn't built on the East Coast. It wasn't created on the East Coast. You got to give that to Chicago, and they can have it all they want. I'm certainly not going to try to take that away from them. Like y'all invented house music. That's on y'all. That blood is on your hands. That's on y'all. So yeah. So we good. Levels is 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 good. Yeah. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels is good. Levels good. Levels is good. Yeah. Yo. The levels is good. I got up and I stood up in front of a bunch of people so they could hear the things I had to say right now. No tears was dropping because we was popping the real stuff. And I know that life for a lot of us real tough. It ain't easy to get by. So sometimes some of y'all get high, but I hope that it doesn't lead to no abuse because I won't want to see you out there getting loose when you need to tighten up, you and your fam. I know what's going on, and I am kind of a conduit. Make sure you flow like fluid. Right now, it's a DG show. Let's get into it. We talk about the East Coast way the most. We don't talk about it all the time, but we get our slot slime. Everything is good. Everything is white, right? Yo, tonight it's going to be a good conversation. So let's get into it without any more further hesitation and frustration that I be feeling. It's appealing to those who come through. I understand my foes, even if I don't agree. We disagree to disagree. No, what they say, we agree to disagree. That ain't the thing that I say for me. We disagree differently and separately, but it's okay. You ain't never got to step to me, long as everything is done respectively. I can't be mad because you got a different perspective, G. So, yo, settle down for a sec. Let's get on this mic right now and catch wreck. All right, man. So we're talking about the East Coast. We're talking about the East Coast. I'm prepared for it just to be us three tonight. If it gotta be just us three tonight, then we gonna rock out. But I'm not. Listen, last Friday with the whole excuse me, with the whole Dirty South thing, I was like, you know what? I ain't having that. This time I'm gonna drive this thing, even if it feels like we on 4 flat tires, even if it feels like we missing a spark plug, even if it feels like, yo, something ain't right, son. I don't know what's going on, baby. I don't know what's going on. Glad she okay. Who okay? Okay. Who's okay with that? Glad she okay. Who's okay? Who's okay? Who's okay? Just want to make sure we on the same page. I'm gonna go over here and get my seat. Man. Let's go ahead and have this conversation. We talk about the East Coast. And I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't letting Troy get out of this. Hold on. I'm about to get at. I'm about to get at him. Like, nope. Nope. You're not missing no movie night. You're not missing no music night. No movie night. No no movie night. No music night. Now, technically, it's Kim's birthday. So I'm not going to bother her because she might be into something. You know, she might be getting some pre-birthday, or she might be getting some midnight express. I don't know. I can't speak on it. So I'm gonna let that. I ain't going, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he got the assignment. Hold on. I see you. I see you, my brother. I see you. Hold on a second. Hold on. Just before I was about to get at him, he got at me. Yeah, I see you.
You thought you was gonna mention my name. You was gonna bring me to shame and make me feel like a lame.
Yeah.
You were gonna sit back and make me feel like a dame.
Yeah, but it's all right because we still kick game. You know what I mean? So,
that should be a shame.
It would be a shame, but everything has got to be all right. We still tame. Sometimes you're wild. Sometimes you remind me of a child, but the child got to grow. So you hear what's going on, son? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me get it right. There you go. And
you gotta go, but you know what I'm on, the go-getism show.
Exactly. And thank you for being here. Because I was going up and go up and get you like a contested pass. That's what I was going to do.
Yeah,
you told me.
I might miss Monday. I made this is my fourth show of the week. I made all four but one.
Okay.
I missed Tuesday's show.
Okay.
So I'm on point. I'm doing good.
You are doing good. I was like, no, I'm not doing no East Coast without my brother. Like, no.
I wish if I was sleeping, you didn't call me. I would have been appalled. My mouth would have been agape.
Yeah. It would
have been a malicious decision that you didn't call me.
Well, yeah. If you sleeping with your mouth agape, then you must have been snoring hard. I'm gonna snatch the CPAP machine off your face. Like, you get your ass up. You know what I mean? Get your ass up. You won't be soundly sleeping around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy, I'm telling you. And I was before we started, I just want to give off the bar. I got it because you was taking your bars real far. So I thought I'd see if I could do something. Because I said to myself, I was at the back, it was a backyard party. And I was chilling with the girls. They was giving me a hardy.
Oh.
The burgers was on the grill. I was drinking the beer. I was sitting in the chair, feeling real fair. The lady came over and sat on my lap. Booty was heavy, titties was fat.
I'm feeling these bars.
When son was here, he could have died. Because I need him right now to bust a couple raps. Bam, there you go, bro.
Yo, you've been working on your shit. You know what I'm saying? You definitely coming off the head right. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up.
Hey, you inspire me.
I'll take it all day. All day.
Oh, man, for real. What's going on, chat? Let's get this thing. I'm telling y'all better answer some questions. Y'all better put your ass in the chat. Last week was very, very hurtful, man. It was emotional and hurtful.
Well,
we had the show rolling.
Well, by the looks of things, it might be worse tonight. We rolling with we rolling with a strong four tonight.
I took the strong four. So we got the strong four in Carla. That makes it even more because Carla gonna jump in there.
Carla here, Barcelona here. We talking about the East Coast, so these answers should be easy.
Yeah.
So I was talking about how hip hop started on the East Coast. So that's this we created the last American form of pop music. You know what I mean? Like the South created jazz, blues, country, and rock and roll. But the East Coast got hip hop. So that's all we really need. Now, I did want you to speak on something, because when I was talking about how disco preceded hip hop, and when hip hop was really in its inception, it borrowed a lot from disco. You know,
Yes,
a lot of rappers called themselves disco this. You know, a lot of rap crews might have called themselves, like the Fat Boys was the Disco 3. You know, so disco was a popular form of music for hip hoppers. So I was trying to distinguish between the difference between a beat and the beat and the music, because like with hip hop, the beat, the drum drives hip hop. Like there is no hip hop without the drum. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can even just go back to the funky drummer. The funky drummer, that funky drummer beat is from in the beginning of rap, even up till today, is one of the toughest beats ever. So the drum is the most important beat in fucking rap.
It definitely is. I would say more than just hip hop. But the funky drummer, the funky drummer didn't become important to us until the late '80s when sampling came.
Yeah.
Before all that sampling, we sampled the bass drum, and that's how we got the 808 bass. So the first record on wax, the first popular record that I knew used the sample 808 bass was that song. I think it was Crush Groove 4, Run DMC, Party People, Get Out Your Seats and something. Get out your seats and go get ill. We not just tough, we not just rough, we molding tough. And when it comes to run, we got enough. You know what song I'm talking about?
Like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. It's like that, y'all. Cool Chief Rock.
No, not that one.
Not that one? Oh, well, I know which one it is. Here we go.
No.
Here we go. Not that one.
Like I said, DMC starts it off. Party people, get out your seats and something ill. Something and let's get ill.
I just listened to it the other day.
But it's not we got enough. No. It's like that, y'all. But it don't start off Cold Chief Rocker. That's what I'm saying. That's not what
Run start off with that. I just know, I think it's part of it, but I don't think it started off with that.
It's actually a slow song.
Yeah.
It's a slow rap song. But it starts off with the 808 bass. The whole song introduces the 808 bass with the boom, because a bass drum doesn't do that. It just goes boom. But we sampled the 808 and made it go boom. So it has that reverb, similar to how with an electric guitar, if you add in the reverb, then it goes from bow bow to round round round. You understand what I'm saying? So we did that with hip hop. Did that with the they did to the drum what rock music did to the guitar. And that set the foundation or the identity of hip hop music. So we did that. You understand what I'm saying? So the world copied what we invented over here. So like the funky drummer was just a James Brown beat before we sampled and borrowed the funky drummer as the foundation for many of our rap songs. We really can't claim that. You know, that doesn't belong to us. The 808 bass does. And I'm not talking about the East Coast. I'm talking about hip hop as a whole. Like the 808, the sample 808 bass belongs to hip hop. The funky drummer beat doesn't.
I just want to elaborate on something because, we're going to talk. I mean, we're talking about rap and everything, but we also talking about, Philadelphia International, Philly. You know what I mean? And we also talking about, parts of New York that didn't have rap, like with Blondie and all this, and groups, other rock groups that came from the East Coast that made rock what it was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? 'Cause other than the fact that down south supplied us with all the blues and country and all that, it did come up here. And if you really do listen to rap is just another form of blues and rock and country all together, because everything's rhyming along with the same thing with country music, blues music, and rap from down there and all that. So we both agreed last week that a lot of music that the South is the innovators of a lot of music that starts music. You know what I mean?
I mean, they own everything except for hip hop.
Yeah.
They don't own that. You know what I mean? So if we talking about the East Coast, we're talking about the one music form that we can 100% claim is hip hop. We can't claim other forms. We can't claim, we can't claim house music. That was created in Chicago.
And that's one of my favorite forms of music because you love it.
Yeah. And even techno. I'm not really sure where techno music came from, but I wouldn't be surprised if that came from Europe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it came from Europe or Germany. Germany, yeah, well, that's Europe too. But yeah.
Let me see. Let me see. Where was techno music created? Get the fuck out of here. Techno music originated in Detroit.
Oh shit.
Damn, Detroit?
Pump that jam.
Damn.
Oh, I bet you stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. Rhythm is the dancer.
Music fusions, they combine elements of Chicago house, funk, and electro with European synth pops acts like Kraftwerk. Damn, fucking, they got Motown and techno.
Motown, techno,
and unlike house music, I don't hate techno. I don't hate that.
I mean, if you put right now, techno is the favorite ecstasy drug music for ecstasy.
Have you ever been to a rave?
Yes, that's why I said it.
Yo,
I've been to a rave before. I never took ecstasy, but I've seen a lot of people that was there that was on that ecstasy, and that techno music is the hype.
Yo,
it's the rager.
Oh, Barcelona is from the D, the 313. Yes, all right. Shout out to yo. I didn't
in Barcelona. I love the 313 because that's their birthday to me.
Ain't that? How about that, right? Yeah.
313.
I got a lot of people, blood related and otherwise in Detroit. I mean, I got a lot of people in Detroit, and
you got Detroit and Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Okay.
I definitely have blood folks. I got definitely a lot of kin in Detroit, and I got a lot of friends in Detroit, like from the internet. Like I would say Detroit is my second internet home. Easy.
Let me ask Barcelona, because I got family in Detroit too. Barcelona, you know any Gladdens or Johnsons up in Detroit? Because it's supposed to be a family reunion that I can't make it to up there. I got family in Detroit too.
That's what I've definitely had. Our last family reunion was in Detroit, and that was in '80s. That was like '87. think, yeah, but 87 or 88. I know because I couldn't make it.
That's your father or your mom's side?
My mom's side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. None of my dad's side. They don't mess with the Midwest. They all down south or East Coast. So
yeah.
So okay. So when we start talking about the East Coast, whether we're talking about its creation or whether we're talking about what they did with other forms, I think it's easy to identify East Coast artists, groups, and the artistry because the East Coast has a certain attractive flair that other places find it hard to duplicate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you start talking about that upbeat energy, whether you're talking about the fashion, whether you're talking about the slang, the language, just it's basically all the swag, you definitely are talking about what the East Coast is bringing to the table. Now that's not to say.
And I'm sorry to say this about the East Coast, but it's between New York and Philly. Everybody else, bow down. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm not going to do that because the problem is there's a good reason I'm not going to do that because you're going to get Philly cut out of that. They're not going to when people think of the East Coast, they think about New York. They don't think about nothing else. So if you start reducing it to New York and Philly, you're going to find yourself explaining how Philly fits into it way too often. So I think it's dangerous to just give the East Coast to New York and Philly because Philly is going to get left out. it just is, whether you're talking about hip hop or anything else. Now, what Philly did have that New York didn't have was Philly International. But you're going to find yourself having to explain that. That's my whole point. With New York, it doesn't need any explanation. Because of hip hop.
I could explain Philly. I could explain Philly and Philly International just by saying, look at Soul Train. Majority of the artists from off of Soul Train from Philly International, they were mainly Gamble and Huff groups. Matter of fact, Gamble and Huff groups is what really brought forth Soul Train. From the OGs to the Spinners, and they weren't so much as Gamble. They weren't so much Gamble Huff groups. They were Gamble and Huff songs that made Soul Train what Soul Train was about. So
now you could say that, right? But the thing is, once again, you're going to find yourself having to explain that. And Soul Train would be like, yeah, but y'all had to come to Chicago.
Oh, yeah, we had to come to Chicago most definitely.
Yeah, so they're gonna say like, so what are you talking about? We didn't go to the East Coast. We went to LA. So once again, if we reduce the East Coast of New York and Philly, New York is always going to come first, and that's something I resent. So that's why I'm like, no. Well, I'm not going to reduce it to just New York and Philly because I always have to say New York first, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not willing to do that. You got to, when you talk about the East Coast, I saw a documentary the other day, and they said that they had every East Coast. They said no, every Northeast city explained. So they were talking about Philly, they were talking about Boston, they was talking about New York, they was talking about Baltimore. No, they weren't talking about Baltimore. They was basically talking about the states, New York, all of the New England states, Pennsylvania and Jersey. And they was talking about how Philly invented everything, basically set it off with everything, and watched New York take the money and run to New York with it, and in DC take what did they say? They didn't say the money, but I guess the politics or whatever, and go down and take that down to Maryland and they said that Philly was sitting in the standing at the door with their arms crossed ever since. And I was like, that's pretty much true. One thing about Philadelphia is that we always feel slighted. And like I said, because we always got to explain how we did something. Like we're like, all right, if you take it to hip hop, you take it to how a lot of artists from down south, West Coast and all of that, how they started selling their records independently. Instead of waiting for a record label to pick them up, they just pressed up their own records and tapes and started selling them, and they was getting money like that. But that started in Philly. New York was not doing that. All of their artists, none of them were independent. They were all, looking for record companies to get signed to. Meanwhile, artists like Lady B, Schoolie D, Jeff and Prince, Steady B, and all of that, they put themselves on. And then Breeze, MC Breeze, B Force or whatever, they all pressed up their own records, started their own label, and was getting paid. And that's why when they finally did get contracts, they got the big money because they was already getting paid. So they wasn't going to settle for no little bit of money. Schoolie D was pretty much the king of that. So we didn't know until Ice-T put it out there that he was the first, that Schoolie D was the first gangster rapper, because that's not what we looked at him as. You know what I mean? We can't front. We was not looking at Schoolie D as no gangster rapper. But we definitely knew, all of us who bought his records, we saw he did his own artwork. If you looked at where the music, where the addresses was, it was down there. It was downtown in Old City. You know what I mean? Where the studio was with Joe the Butcher and all of that. He was getting money. Schoolie D got like a $10 million contract when he signed the job to sign other artists. And he signed some, like these two whack ass, I think it was Pimp Pretty and some dude named Lynn that he used to rock with. Basically, he just took the money.
Well, I'm gonna go. I just want to tell you this, and this is how I feel. It ain't New York, 'cause Philly is stepping in. My boy MC Breeze.
Yeah. So, but there's a reason he had to say it ain't New York. Like, one thing about Philly, you always got to find yourself explain it. You know what I'm saying? We always got to explain, like, even in battle rap, like Reed Dollars, when he battled somebody, he got to talk about how he was doing it before all these cats was doing it. He had million views on YouTube when nobody was getting views that high. And it's true. But none of that shit matters. You was doing all of that shit before the paper started coming through. Like, you ain't getting no million views now. So it's like, what have you done for us lately? Or how come you can't keep up in the modern era? So it's all good. But yeah. So, but there is way more to the East Coast than just New York, more to the East Coast than just Philly. Baltimore got to get theirs. DC got to get theirs. Boston got to get theirs. Jersey got to get theirs. Because they had so many artists that came from those places, those states, that contributed that we didn't even know. And we need to talk about that tonight. So we're talking about the East Coast. We're paying homage. This is our third installment of a four-part series. Next week, we'll end off with the Midwest. But tonight, we're talking about the East Coast. So when it comes to East Coast artists, who would you say was arguably the most popular artist, past or present? Who would you say came from the East Coast that we could say, yeah, this is our guy that's bigger than, or our girl that was bigger than anybody else? So let's do this. I want to hear who you would say was your top male and your top female. Who you got?
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with my past first.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, shit. Well, female wise.
Now, I mean of all time.
Oh shit. It's a lot. Damn. Well, if you really want to go, they called her the voice, and she from Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney Houston.
Easy peasy. I don't think you can deny that.
You know what I mean? And then male wise, so many males that you can go with, from the East Coast. I'm just talking about R&B music wise, and it's just R&B I'm talking about.
No, I mean of all time. Of all time.
I'm trying to think about who else. Who's from the East Coast? Because there's so many people that I can remember. You know what, man? I'm gonna go with Philly's own Teddy P, man. I'm gonna go with Philly's own Teddy P. Because at one point before that accident, he had the fucking country by the balls, bro. Before that accident, he was already there. He was on. I forgot he was on Merv Griffin. He was on. Remember Donna Shore show? You know what I mean? I remember Teddy was doing his thing. You know what I mean? I just can't. My brain is freezing about what other males are from the East Coast. Like, that's the two I'm gonna go with for right now. That's just R&B.
Okay, I'm going to agree with you with the Whitney Houston thing. As far as of all time, because her stardom, her worldwide recognition and appeal is undeniable. We're not even just talking. We could go to the talent, but talent wise, she could be challenged because right across the bridge, you got Stephanie Mills, and I would put Stephanie up against anybody. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely put Stephanie up against anybody, but she cannot win on worldwide recognition and appeal. She can't compete. Who I would say is the most recognizable, most successful artist, male artist from the East Coast, and I'm going to say of all time, like not just from the East Coast. I'm going to say of all time, from anywhere or anybody. Y'all not going to like this, but you're not going to be able to deny it. It's Jay-Z.
Okay.
Jay-Z has.
I just went R&B wise. I didn't go.
I said of all time. I said out of everything. That's why I said don't do R&B. I said of all time.
I can agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I can agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm. It's Jay-Z, and it's not even close. That's the crazy part. It's not even close.
I don't know who would like that.
Huh?
I said, I don't know who would like that.
A lot of people wouldn't like it. All your Tupac fans, they're not going to like that. All your Biggie fans, they're not going to like that. All of your West Coast and Dirty South cats, they're not going to like that. But it's not even.
I can accept it, but if I want to say, if I put all the genres together, I'm going to always go with Biggie.
Yeah, but like I said, it's not close. It's not close. Jay-Z has lapped him. As far as success, as far as recognition, as far as longevity, he has lapped him. In all areas. In all areas, he has lapped him.
Albums. You know what I mean? So Biggie only had 3 albums.
So he has lapped him. I'm not even listening to that bullshit you talking about. Like he has, like Jay-Z has lapped Eminem. How the fuck did he? But he has. He's lapped him, and he did it slickly and slowly. Like, why everybody is celebrating, the 50 cents and all of that. Jay-Z is out business maneuvering all of them, and so even if you wanted to say, yeah, he's the biggest businessman, but he's not the biggest artist, and you're still going to be wrong, because who in the world, not just in hip hop, but in any genre, is more recognizable than Jay-Z right now?
No, you true.
Without an album out.
Yeah. Shit. Who can fucking?
He is touring right now without an album. Without a single, without none of that. Who in hip hop could do that right now and not be considered an old school artist getting pennies? Jay-Z wins, and with Jay-Z winning, I guess the East Coast wins. But even I don't like the choice, but it is what it is. Like, if I'm going to argue Michael Jackson, then I have to argue. I have to argue Jay-Z too. But like, it was hard to argue against Michael Jackson. It's easier to argue against Jay-Z, but Jay-Z has out-successed Michael Jackson. And that's going to make a lot of people mad. A lot of people don't want to accept that. He like, I don't give a fuck. Mike didn't do what I do. He could have three Neverlands if he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? This boy is worth $3 or $4 billion. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And you can't say he did it with weak songs, or like when he was hot, he was hot. But we ain't know it was going to get to this. So Ranter Man said, last time I checked, Stevie Wonder is from the East Coast. No, he's from Michigan. He's from Michigan. Yeah, he's from Michigan.
Detroit.
Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. You said, and Smokey's still kicking out. Smokey ain't from the East. That ain't y'all got to check your stats. That ain't Michigan ain't the East Coast. Sorry, they on East Coast time, the time zone. But they ain't from the East Coast. Nah. Detroit got their own shit. But we'll address the strength of the Midwest, particularly the Detroit Motown next week. But right now, now we can talk endlessly about artists from the East Coast. But I wanted to get that out of the way as far as who might be the greatest from the East Coast or the greatest of all times. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not comfortable with Jay-Z being the GOAT. I'm not. But I can't argue with somebody who refused to play out, refused to stop going, refused to stop trying, and refused to let anybody else determine how far he could go. That's admirable. I can't front on that.
That's true.
I can't front on that. So when we talk about East Coast, we talking about the East Coast, and we're talking if we're talking about hip hop, but he made it so we can't stop the conversation at hip hop. And I'm proud of that. I'm glad he did that. At the end of the day, that's a bragging right for us.
He just did three sold out shows in New York at Yankee Stadium. Come on, man.
I mean, I'm like, and y'all went to go see him. Why? so he can kick a whack ass freestyle like he did in Philly. But hey, but that they know Jay-Z brings a lot of other people to the show. So even if you don't like Jay-Z, you ain't got to worry about it because you're gonna get a bunch of other people. So I don't think Jay-Z is a good performer. I think he sucks. When he does well when he has a hype man, he should have just let Memphis Bleak, continue to be his hype man because that's when his shows were pretty good. Without Memphis Bleak, he's just a sitting duck with a mic in his hand, rapping. And people be like, just like with Rakim, they be like, yeah, I don't go to it. They be saying dumb shit. Like, I don't go to a show to see what you expect him to be dancing and all that. I'm like, well, that is a show, but that's not all a performance is. A performance is like, I'm not paying all of this money to go see somebody just recite lyrics. I can get that from a CD with the words. You know what I mean? When I go to a show, I expect some movement. I expect something else I can look at besides just that artist. That artist better be doing something. Mm-hmm. But Jay-Z, you don't get a lot from him when he's on stage, except for he's never going to have the crowd sing any of his lyrics, which would actually make his show better.
He's never going to have he be having the crowd sing his lyrics.
Oh, he does that. He does that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Word for word, bar for bar.
Okay. Yeah. When I've seen him perform, that's not what he did. He would basically stand there just like Rakim and just it was like he was proving to you that he remembered all of the words to his songs because there's a lot of songs. You know what I mean? But I'm like, dude, you got a whole big ass stage. You're doing a small room performance on a big stage. What you do in a small room, you can't do on a big stage. You got to do big stage shit. So, but, shout out to Jay-Z. Now, Shirley is talking about, and Smokey still kicking it out. And that's only because Michael died. Oh, you talking about Jay-Z is only big because Michael died. I don't know about that. Eventually, somebody had to overtake Michael's spot. We just never thought it would be Jay-Z. Now we don't know how long he's going to hold it, because in many ways, I don't think he deserves Jay-Z is not the king of hip hop, and he's not the king of pop or anything like that. But remember, Michael Jackson didn't crown himself the king of pop. The people who were eating off of him, they the ones who crowned him that. It would be different if he.
And then the world fed off of it.
Hey, nobody was calling Biggie the best rapper who ever lived until Puffy said it. So it oftentimes
or the king in New York.
No, he was the king of New York because of they had that king of New York thing going on. Puffy didn't give him that. He just said it. But they actually had a king of New York a challenge going on. So yeah, that was an actual thing. That was a real thing. And
Carla had seen Alicia Keys and Luther Vandross.
Yes, both from New York.
I forgot Luther was from New York.
Yeah, he lived in the projects.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know some people who grew up with Luther. They was like, yeah, we been knew Luther. We knew who Luther was. Wink, wink. They like, say, hey, that was our boy. It was just saying, I'm Freddie Jackson from New York projects too. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that they all have in common. It's hard to grow up in New York, and not really be from the projects. That's poverty brings that to New York. They got a bunch of, unless you grew up in like Queens or somewhere, And even if you grew up in Queens, if you grew up really broke or poor or whatever, however you want to term it, there's a good chance that you lived in New York projects. But it ain't where you start, it's where you finish. So Alicia Keys, a very big artist. White mom, black dad.
I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry to say about her, but record-wise, she can sing her ass off. But when it comes to, I know when I seen her sing certain songs in person, I was like, woo.
I have never heard anybody say that they saw Alicia Keys and she did well. I've never heard anybody ever say.
I'm glad we agree on that, bro.
Hey, listen, man.
I never forgot when she did when she was singing "Adore You" to Prince. Salute the Prince at the BET Awards, and she was pregnant. And she sung it so bad that she had to climb on top of the piano while she was pregnant and started singing it just to get some type of roar. Hey. You know what I mean? And Prince was like, he was in shock, like, why is she doing that? And I was like, I know why she's doing that, because she fucking that song up.
Like I said, I've never heard anybody say that they saw Alicia Keys in concert and she did good. I'm like, everybody can't be lying.
Yeah, only time I heard her do good is when she did in the beginning, when she was singing in the beginning. But after that, I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know if Swiss Beats got her fucked up or some Lauryn Hill, Marley shit. But I don't know, man, because she just sound horrible these days, bro. She do better not going on tour no more, ever. And I'm talking about taking the floor off of that shit.
It might have been Swiss Beats' first wife, Curse. What's her name? What was her name? Not Maisha. Her name was Mashonda. She might have had a Mashonda Curse, like, bitch, until you do right by me, you ain't never gonna perform good. You gonna be a studio singer. You know what I mean? Until you do the right thing. Ho. Home record ass ho.
Oh my God, boy. And Mashonda can sing her ass off.
Well, Swiss Beats is originally from the Bronx, but he didn't blow up until he went down south.
Yeah.
So, and it's funny how a lot of cats that really didn't blow until they went down south claim the East. It's a badge of honor to be from New York or from the East Coast. But I also think it's important to show where you blew. Like, so I understand when people talk about Tupac, who was from Harlem, New York, born and raised in Harlem, New York.
Harlem, New York, by way of Baltimore and all that shit, yeah.
Well, New York, 13 years of his life from birth. Baltimore, 4 years of his life, high school, and then the West Coast, a few years. Then he came back to the East, and so, but I understand that MC New York never blew up. MC New York is not anybody that anybody knows. It's not somebody that anybody knows. So he didn't start getting on until he went to Oakland.
Yeah.
So I understand. I would understand how the West Coast would claim a part of him, but for him to try to claim the whole West because he was disgruntled with the East, I just don't. You can't do that. You belong to the East. I'm sorry. Whether you want to, you can make whoever. You can make somebody into your family, but you can't change where you're from. You just can't.
Can't change the origin. Can't change your origin.
Just like people from the West Coast loved them, so did the people from the East Coast.
Yeah.
You know, and eventually, knowing him, he would have came back to the East Coast and, you know, acted like his little West Coast, you know, claim thing never happened. He would have done that. You know what I mean? He would have done that because he seemed to be the type of person that would have he basically went with whoever loved him. If you showed him love, he showed loyalty. And sometimes that can be a fault. You know what I mean? Because
Carla said Marvin Gaye and Nas. Now I know Marvin Gaye's not from the East Coast.
Detroit.
From Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's from Detroit.
Yeah, and you know, we're not gonna dispute Queensbridge Nas.
But we're not gonna dispute it.
But if we talk about hip hop, people are going to say that Nas is better than Jay-Z. And they have a valid argument until we start talking about numbers. And until we start talking about hit records.
Yeah, hit records and catalog. The whole he has, you know, that's the truth.
He laps Nas. He laps Nas easily.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Easily. Yeah. And Nas is a very successful businessman and rapper. Extremely successful. You know, but when it comes, if you threw Nas in the middle of Japan or somewhere deep in the jungles of Asia, I don't know if they're gonna recognize Nas. They're gonna recognize Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
They might recognize Jay-Z now on Mars. They might. That's how international and universal he might be right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm not talking about who's the best, but when we talk about the most famous, it's not close. It's not close. Mm-hmm. You know, hip hoppers love to keep it just hip hop, but you can't do that. You know what I mean? The other genres exist, and nobody makes that more clear than the Grammys, because you know how your favorite artists be struggling at the Grammys and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and I like to give a shout out to the East Coast, especially the old school rap. You know, I mean, we're gonna go with Sugar Hill, but we do know, you know, one of the first ghostwriters, Grandmaster Caz, wrote Big Bang Hank's all his lyrics. He stole Big Bang Hank stole Grandmaster Caz, and we know Cold Crush Brothers. I'm overcharging for what they did to the Cold Crush Jay-Z verse. You know, I mean,
well, he didn't steal it. Caz gave him the lyrics.
No.
Yes, he did.
On it. I just seen a documentary on it. Caz said that he gave him to listen to the tape, and when what's her name, the lady from Sugar Hill Records,
Miss Robinson. Mm-hmm.
Miss Robinson, yeah,
Sylvia Robinson.
He spit the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. see, the thing is, Caz be switching up the story.
Yeah,
I've seen multiple interviews with Caz. In one interview long ago, he said Big Bang Hank needed, you know, asked him for the lyrics, you know what I mean, because he had this meeting with Sylvia, and you know, Caz wasn't thinking about making records at the time and whatever. You know, he was getting his routines together with the Cold Crush Brothers and all of that shit, and you know, still doing his thing in the streets. And he said, "Yeah, go ahead. You can add the lyrics." He ain't know it was gonna blow up like that. But messing around with Sylvia, they didn't get paid for they didn't get no writers credits or nothing like that. She took all the publishing.
Oh, yeah,
but that's why he didn't even change the lyrics. Mm-hmm. What I want to know is who wrote his lyrics going forward.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like who wrote his verses on Apache, on Eighth Wonder? Because Sugar Hill ain't had nothing but dope ass songs. Yeah, every time Sugar Hill Gang came out, that shit was a banger.
That fucking Eighth Wonder, boy.
Oh my God, what? Clap your hands, everybody. and everybody clap your hands, fly girl. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
that shit go all the way up to the top, and they go. Oh my God, man!
I mean,
and I like to give it.
Hold on, Apache.
Apache,
They had the intros for your ass.
Listen, bro. Another one I want to give a shout out to, son. The Maestro, bro.
Yeah, but you're only talking about hip hop. I mean, but no, nobody outside of hip hop knows. Yeah, but I'm saying you're only talking about. If we're talking about the East Coast, if we
no,
really,
I'm just mentioning because we was just talking about Jay-Z, and I mentioned all Teddy P, and we mentioned Whitney Houston. I was just giving a shout out to some of the old school hip hop because we just mentioned Jay-Z, and he's more 90s and 2000s type of hip hop. So I just wanted to give a shout out to those.
Well, yeah, when it comes to Maestro, because it was a dope record, but I always wondered with Maestro, do other cities feel the same way about that record that we do?
Yeah, I don't know, man, but I just know that motherfucker, the way he just go on and then with that beat, you know what I mean? That beat, especially when it drop, when they go around and around, and then where it stop, nobody knows. Then it go, it's that fucking beat, man.
Okay.
That fucking beat, and along with the rhymes, man, it's nonstop. How long is it? What, 10, 12 minutes?
I don't think it's that long. It might have been just like 7 minutes, but it was because it wasn't no breaks. It wasn't no breaks. Yeah. It wasn't no hook. He just
that break beat, and the break beat that they used when he got all the way up to the climax of the song, and then he just dropped it and went right back into it, man. That shit was nice.
Okay.
But when we talk all about East Coast, man, you know, we can talk about disco with Donna Summer. You know what I mean?
Did the East Coast create disco?
We didn't create it.
Who created disco?
But we didn't create. Didn't you say who did? That's a good question. Who did create disco?
Hold on, let's see. Where did disco come from?
We never even thought about that.
Let's see. Hold on. Where was disco created?
So I bet you it would be Chicago. Why?
New York City, baby. Oh, yeah. And you know what? That makes a lot of sense. Because they had all the discos. You know what I mean? They had the discotheque.
This is the most famous one, Studio 54.
Was it really?
Yeah, but that's where all the stars went at. Let's just see that.
Yeah, that's why I'm not jacking it, because I'm like, you know, whenever the media is calling some place the best, it get me to thinking like, they the ones who got you thinking that anybody in Philly give a shit about Pats and Geno's.
God damn.
I mean, thinking like, don't nobody from Philly eat that shit. The fuck out of here. Nobody. So I'm like, I don't know. Was Studio 54? I mean, why? Cause all that old freaky gay shit? Like, I don't know if that was the most popular disco. That was their place. You know what I mean? That's like saying the Palladium was the most popular club in New York. No, was it? It was just the one that was most visible on TV.
There you go. That was the most visible one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, so
I don't think that's where we went. I think that's where they went.
Hold up. That's like saying Club Risque is the best gentleman's club in Philly.
Right? Get the fuck out of here. You're like, look. Yeah, be like, Troy, look, you want a real cheesesteak or not? You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you know what I mean? If we talk about in Risque, and as far as the stripper clubs, like, look, you want a real cheesesteak or not? Because you can go to that, you can go to Risque, that's that Pats and Gino shit. Or I can take you and get you a real cheesesteak.
Or I can take you to Fox Valley, and that's different.
I mean, you ain't got to go to Fox Valley. I mean, Fox Valley only was alive for like a year, It's a legend. You know what I mean? Tell you what, I'll just take you down to what's that down 30th in Allegheny, the Piccadilly. It's still open.
Yes, it is.
You know what I mean? I'll take you down to Pick. You get what you need at the Pick. You get a real cheesesteak at the Pick. You know what I'm saying? You know, salt, pepper, ketchup, fried onions.
Matter of fact, you can get some salt pepper wings, like salt pepper Lou.
You know what I mean? Ain't no cheese whiz on this shit. But anyway, yeah. All right. So did we have it? Disco. Created in New York.
Created in New York.
All right. So I believe it would make sense to me. Oh, look at this shit. Disco was invented in New York City during the late 1960s and early 70s. It grew out of underground DJ-driven dance spaces, specifically private loft parties like the Loft and alternative clubs catering to marginalized Black, Latino, and LGBT. See, this is where we start. Like, wait, this is where I'm like, hold on now. Wait, whoa. Oh, shout out to Bone 3200, East Side Compton, tapping in 1400 block. You want some gang shit? Like you in the comments throwing up gang signs, son? Yeah, I mean, how old are you? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm gonna call you Bone Loke. It's Boney Loke. What's going on, Boney Loke? I ain't mad at him though. But yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Now that we've got some of the foundational things out of the way, let's just mention some artists. So some artists from the East Coast. And we can do this we can do it any kind of way you want, from any genre or whatever. If they've made a big impact or an impact that's close to you in this genre and whatever genre of music, let's go ahead and name them.
You can go first on this. I had to go first before you first on this one.
Okay, now I'm going to mention a lady from Jersey who she died at a young age. She died at I think she died at age 27. She might be part of the 27 crew, but she actually died from an illness. And she had her most popular song was called Hypnotize. And I'm talking about Linda Jones. The thing is, Linda Jones' voice, Linda Jones was set to be the next Aretha. Besides the song Hypnotize, that was a good commercial hit. But when you listen to her shit, like on the album, she had like the pain, the grit, and the soul of an Aretha Franklin, of a Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? Like she was killing it. Her voice was. I wish I could play some of her stuff, but listen, do yourself a favor. And hold on. Linda Jones, singer from New Jersey.
And this is your what? Was she? She's your top artist? One of your top artists?
I'm just mentioning her because a lot of people don't know who she was. But if you ever listen to her shit, she was dope as shit. Let me see. Powerhouse American soul R&B singer from Newark, New Jersey, renowned for her intense gospel-inflected vocals. She is best known for her 1967 top 10 hit single, Hypnotize. Her promising career was cut short when she died tragically from a diabetic coma at age 27. But the song Hypnotize is not what I want y'all to look up. I'm gonna be brave and look and I'm gonna say fuck YouTube. I'm gonna go get my girl and give y'all the song that I want y'all to look up from her because she is worthy. Linda Jones. Let me see. Let me see. Is this the song? No, that's not the one. I'll be sweeter than more. Oh, I know this is not it. No, that's not it. Is this it? This is the song. Look up Your Precious Love for Your Precious Love. Let me give you a little bit of her vocals.
Because maybe you could try this.
How she start blowing this shit.
This is what you say when you call on your man.
I think I know about the song Hypnotized too. Hypnotized.
Oh, chill. You hear how she blowing that shit? Okay, so look up For Your Precious Love and then go to one of her albums and, you know what I mean, get yourself a drink, a smoke, or whatever. Just relax for a while and let her knock your head off. She was next, dog. She was the fuck next. So I'm gonna go with Linda Jones. Tell you what, so hold on, we better start doubling up early because we like the night. So I'm gonna go with Linda Jones and I'm gonna go with my girl Stephanie Mills.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. And I'd like to give a shout out to Uncle James Mtume from the group Mtume, who wrote her first album and got her first Grammy.
Okay.
From Never Knew Love Like This Before.
Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Mtume did that, my uncle. Now, I'm gonna go with another Uncle Mtume artist, Phyllis Hyman.
Okay.
Big time Phyllis Hyman fan. Big time Phyllis Hyman fan. Meet Me on the Moon. You Know How to Love Me. One of my favorite ones is The Answer. The Answer Is You. You know what I mean? Any song from fucking Phyllis is deep, but that song, The Answer Is You. I don't even smoke a cigarette, but I feel like I want to smoke a cigarette when I hear that song. I feel like I want to play a piano.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And another artist, you know, from Philly that I can really just sit back and really get deep into. Now I think she's from Philly, right? Is she? No, let me just see. Let me think. Come on, Troy. Come on. I gotta hurry up. I'm gonna take Phyllis Hyman, and I'm gonna take Evelyn Champagne King.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Evelyn Champagne King. I mean, because she has a deep catalog, and a lot of her songs, like "Kisses Don't Lie" and all that stuff that she had after Shame and all that other stuff, and Love Come Down. Because Love Come Down is one of my favorite fucking songs.
Yo, what?
Yes.
Man, that shit captures my attention every time. It's a dope ass song. The music, you know what I mean?
You don't feel like walking on the beach with her.
Yo, she freaked that shit every time. And you got to see Evelyn Champagne King in concert. She be rocking. Yeah.
She at the Robin Adele years ago.
Was she playing? Was she playing the Cougars?
Yeah.
I'm like,
she did all that.
Yeah, she is definitely premium unleaded.
Funny thing about it, she was a cleaning lady or a cleaning girl at fucking Philadelphia International.
Right, cleaning girl.
A cleaning girl, because she was a young girl cleaning up inside Philadelphia International, and turned back around, and Gabby and Huff heard her singing inside her.
Well, you know, she was born in New York, raised in, she was
raised in Philly. West Philly, I think.
She ain't come to
Was
Philly.
that a yarn? Oh, you want to with your cat?
No, she ain't come to New York. I mean, she ain't come to Philly since she was like 13.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
I know my brother and sister had grew up with her at some point in time.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's sort of like the Tupac effect. So we can claim her in Philly because she lasted in Philly. You know what I mean? Right. Which would be the difference. But she's born and raised in New York.
Still East Coast stuff.
But I'm absolutely. But I'm taking her from Philly. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Look, she ain't start looking better until she came to Philly.
You know what I mean?
She was a little rough. She was definitely rough. She wasn't she ain't become record company ready until she came to Philly. So y'all ain't got no artists in the chat. Damn, y'all go do it like that. Okay, cool.
Y'all doing it again, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Carla, you better put something in the chat. Barcelona, you better put something in the chat.
Okay, so
come on now.
So fuck it. We every time they don't put something in the chat, we going to increase how many artists we do. So I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do 3. I'm going to do Keith Sweat. I'm gonna do Keith Sweat, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5. And like I can hip hop, I can take anybody I want. I'm gonna go with Run DMC.
Who?
Run DMC.
Okay. Good selection. Good selection.
Mm.
I'm going to
wait a minute before you go. Speaking of Run DMC, please do yourself a favor and go watch Drink Champs with DMC. And the way he breaks down how Run DMC came, how they got started and what they had to go through in order to get on and get their chops and they respect in New York. Because you never used to hear DMC talk outside of being on stage. He used to let Run do all the talking. But he is so fucking intelligent and eloquent when he speaks. And he gives you a perspective that you would have never had. Like DMC literally was the brains behind the, all right, they give all the credit to Jam Master Jay for being the brainchild of Run DMC, but evidently DMC was the intelligence of the group. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear how, when they went, when they had to perform at the Roxy and they was in the hip hop arena, going against like he was explaining why he did the lyrics. The good thing is that there is a crew, not 5, not 4, not 3, just 2 MCs that are, you know what I'm saying? Like how he was talking about, he was going at the Furious 5, he was going at the Funky 4+1 or the Cold Crush Brothers. He was going at the Treacherous 3. Like, yeah, y'all doing y'all thing, but we here now. What's up? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, what y'all want to do? So whether you like DMC the way he used to rap or not, he was in the trenches, going against these cats, and that wasn't easy. And they emerged victorious, easy. So yeah, go to Drink Champs and watch DMC. It'll have you like, damn, D. Like, it'll take you back there and make you see more vividly what you thought you were seeing at the time.
Right.
So pardon my interruption. Go ahead.
No problem. No problem. I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna look at that before I go to sleep tonight or this morning.
Yeah, it's good shit, dog. It's
good shit. I'm gonna take one of your favorite artists right now since you didn't mention her, Mary J. Blige.
Okay.
I'm taking Mary J. I'm taking I'm gonna take Mary J. I'm gonna take KRS-One. You gotta take Chris Parker. I mean, and I'm going to take I know we mentioned them earlier, but I'm going to take Biggie. Got to.
Okay.
Got to.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right. So what we got? My man Clay, he came down there. I know we can always count on him. We got What did you have anything that you wanted to say about those artists besides just mention?
Well, I'm always going to shout out Mary J. The first, she had, like we was talking about it the other night before we did the music, one of the best 3-album runs ever. One of the best 3-album runs, but between them, that first and that third, that number 2, legendary, bro. Legendary. I don't think that there's not many sophomore albums that you can sit back and say, I can listen to that motherfucker from the front to the back.
Oh,
and
yeah?
then do it again.
You ever heard of My Life by Mary J. Blige?
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about from the front to the back. You know what I mean? And Biggie and his 3 albums, well, I just can't let them go, man. You know what I mean?
That third album was trash.
You gonna say something?
It was. That third album was trash. I'm sorry. Yeah, you just...
Biggie, listen, especially, I don't know what I can say about Biggie, but that's it. I'm not going to speak. I can't speak on nobody else, bro. Just go ahead and go to the chat.
Okay. All right. We already did Keith Sweat. We got Carla said Lady Gaga and Bruce Springsteen. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tribe Called Quest and DMX.
I was gonna say the Tribe Called Quest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad she did in DMX, and she ain't got to even speak on any of that.
And she said,
already know about what you were gonna say.
No, go ahead.
We already know about the Tribe.
Mm-hmm.
Tribe is not one of the best accomplished rap groups of all time, and it's just like Mary J. My Life. That Low End Theory is on the same level of that Mary J's My Life. You listen to it from front to back, bro. And then listen to it again.
True. Right. And Barcelona said Mary J. We got Mary J out of the way. Shirley, we talking about East Coast. Aretha Franklin was from Detroit. We're only talking about the East Coast tonight. Only from the East Coast. All right, Clay.
You know what I mean? Go stand in the corner, Shirley. Get it the man.
Sure don't be giving a fuck. She be like, didn't she come to Philly before? If she performed at the Uptown, then you from Philly? Like, wait a minute.
She performed at the Academy of Music. Didn't she?
Like, did she ever get some dick in Philly? You ain't gonna tell me she came to Philly. Ain't nobody fuck. Like, wait a minute. Like, she got pregnant in Philly. So
you right.
So just like if you a foreigner but you get pregnant in the United States and your child is born in the United States, automatic citizenship. We claiming them. All right. Clay said Jilly from North Philly. Yes, Miss Scott all day.
Albert M. Greenfield alumni.
Yeah.
Graduated from Greenfield, bro.
Rantum Man 1 said, whatever album Not Gonna Cry was on was the album. Yeah, that was her later work though.
No, but that was on the Waiting to Exhale album.
Yeah, it was.
It wasn't on either one of the albums. That was on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. Along with My Funny Valentine with fucking Shaka Khan. God damn, she kicked that shit.
Well, speaking of Mary J. Blige and songs that she made that weren't on her albums, My favorite song from Mary J. Blige, not on the Mary J. Blige album, was Every Day it rains, every day it rains, and things will never be. That was my shit in 95, boy. That was my shit. I was like, Mary, quite contrary. She can't lose. That was my shit in 95. I ran that song and ran it. So yeah, Shirley says, shut up. She did. She did. She was old school. All right. Clay said Cameo. Yes. Cameo. I think they from New York. They from somewhere on the East Coast.
I gotta Google that.
Let me see.
Word up.
Where was the group Cameo originated from? New York City, 1974. I remember the Cameo. When they came out with all the word up shit and all that in the 80s, I was like, they told
Cameo. That was good, but it wasn't better than the early shit, bro.
What the word up shit and all that they had totally changed.
That was great. But they had more. I forgot some of the good. They had more good shit before the word up. The word up
did. I didn't recognize the Cameo in the 80s because they were so different from the Cameo in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're totally different. Different.
Yeah. Fucking right.
But you got to give it. You got to give it to Larry Blackman for being able to make that adjustment to be so hot in the 80s. You know what I mean? It's like candy. I was like, yo, that was my shit though. You know what I mean? Candy was my shit for real. You know what I mean? She's strange and I like it.
I was going to say the same thing. Tastes like candy. And they say, tastes like candy. And you'd be like, yeah, what the fuck tastes like candy? Why do you keep saying that? And when you got old, you were like, oh, okay.
Shoot. I mean, it's songs like, well, I'm tell you what, since it's my turn anyway, I'm going to go with LL. And since we was talking about candy, my shit was his shit on Bigger and Deffer album. Like, I feel good. Woo! About candy. That was my shit. You know what I mean? That was my song, boy.
I'm going to tell you, one of my favorite LL songs that he didn't put on his record was on the House Party soundtrack, To the Break of Dawn.
Oh, that was on 14 Shots to the Dome.
Oh, it was also on this on the soundtrack, the House Party soundtrack too.
It was.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's like, damn, what is a panther? An animal that kills. I'm like a shark with blood coming out the gills. If not one of the best. Then nobody never gives that diss track any credit.
Oh, yes, they do.
A lot of people.
That's why LL's credited with never losing a rap battle.
Yeah, because that shit right there, you know, he said, because my old school teacher my old gym teacher ain't supposed to rap. Keep on. Little break of dawn. And the beat was tight.
Well, it was a dope song. Because it aimed where it was supposed to aim, and it hit. It hit. Like, you felt that, like.
He got a nerve to have a Star Trek shades on.
Wow, right? He was right about that
God
shit.
Damn.
He was right about that shit. Like, it's funny because he did that song when the beef was basically over. Like, no, I ain't finished. Take this. I mean, take this, motherfuckers.
He was like Diddy. Take that.
You know what I mean? All right. But okay, so I'm gonna take LL. Hold on. LL. I'm gonna take. I don't want to do that shit. I don't. You know what? I'm not going totally. I'm not going because hip hop is that's like low hanging fruit. So I'm gonna take I'm going to take my girl Tanya Gardner with Heartbeat. Oh, it really makes me wanna freak. My heart beats for the one I love. My heart beats for the one I love. And because Heartbeat, that was my shit. And even the Treacherous Treacherous 3, we got a new Heartbeat. That was my shit too. So I'm going with Tanya Gardner because she was forgotten, and I don't appreciate that. And I'm gonna go with SWV.
Okay.
Straight out of NY.
Give me okay. Let me see. You don't got nothing to say about SWV?
Okay, so SWV, like I have knowledge that they went to at least one of them went to the School of Music and Art in New York, which is where Fame was taped, and where a whole lot of New York artists went to. Some you may know of, like Nicki Minaj actually went there, but they don't acknowledge her. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Oh, I wouldn't acknowledge her neither.
Right. But they wasn't acknowledging her way before she did that fuck shit with Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something about Nicki that they ain't fucking with. But you know, that's where with SWV, they didn't Coco went there, but she didn't graduate from there. You know, I think she dropped out or got kicked out or whatever. But music and art is also where the boy is. Remember in Juice, the boy who said, besides Omar Epps, the boy who said, "Yo, you got the juice now."
Yeah.
He went to music and art too. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy.
That small art, that small part.
but he had that small part, but he actually blew up too. And you know, as an actor. And Tay Diggs went there. So they was all around, and they was all in the same. And Marlon Wayans went there.
Right.
So yeah. So with SWV, I don't think anybody expected them to be as good as they were. You know what I mean? But that shows that grit, that tenacity, that belief in themselves, and the right promotion. And now I don't know what they got paid, but I've never heard any of them cry about being broke or not getting paid. And that says a lot, because that's the total opposite of a TLC. Whereas I like the songs of SWV way better, way more than TLC. And that's not to say that I didn't like TLC, but when it came down to it, I can listen to an SWV album way easier with a lot less skips than I can with a TLC album. SWV was more soulful and serious than TLC, which basically from the East Coast too. You know what I mean? If you really want to, you know, if you break it down, but they were more of a performance group to me. You know, more than nobody. No, you're not looking for no voice in TLC. You're definitely looking for that, and you're going to get it with SWV, even though Coco is the only real singer in there. Like Taj can sing a little bit. Lily really can't. You know what I'm saying? But they made it work. So I'm good.
Well, I'm going to go with Fonda Ray, Over Like a Fat Rat.
Wow. Okay.
Big time Fonda Ray. That's one of my favorites.
I love that song. Like a fat rat. Over like a fat. Over like a fat. Oh yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, without a doubt.
That's my shit back in the day, Paul.
Hell
I
yeah.
still listen to that shit. I was playing that shit around my wife one time. She said, "Turn this shit off."
I wonder why.
You know what I mean? That was one. I got it because the fucking first album was so fucking deep. Brand Nubians, man. Brand fucking Nubians, man.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fucking. I hear my people singing over there. My name was David Russell. Quick to twist the name, see the type of name. Come on, Grand Puba. I mean, others, Sadat X and Lord Jamal, yeah, but that motherfucking Grand Puba, bro.
I'm not gonna take nothing from none of them.
I'm not. I can't.
I'm not doing that.
But I'm giving it to Brand Nubians.
Okay.
Right. And then who else? A lot of people don't give this. I mean, people do give them props, but I think they don't give them enough props. Fabulous.
Oh shit, Fab. Okay, cool.
So fabulous.
And I think you're right.
They don't give them a lot of props. They give them daisies. They don't give them his roses.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think they give them daffodils and shit like that. No, give this motherfucker his roses. Because his track record is deep. One of his favorite songs, other than the one with Tamia. That one. But the one that he did with the boy Mike, I think Mike Sorey, will you be my baby? That one.
Okay.
That's my shit, man.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that.
I mean, the bull's a bar. He a bar. He's. I call you a bar lifer. He a bar lifer, bro. He a bar lifer. You know what I mean? And I just don't think that he don't get the respect or the props that he should. Especially, I ain't gonna say nothing. People don't sit that if you looked at the diss that he did to 50 Cent, people didn't really stay stuck on that shit.
Yeah.
Because he dissed the shit out of 50 Cent.
Lyrically, 50 don't want no Fab.
He don't want no Fab.
He don't want that.
And then he was talking about, well, Lloyd Banks would have came at his, no, the fuck he wouldn't. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Leave that man alone.
Okay. All right. All right, let's go to chat. Okay, what we got? Bosselina asked, is Jodeci from the East Coast? Technically, they are. They from North Carolina. They from North Carolina. So, yes, that's definitely the East Coast. It's not what you would normally call. You could say that they from the Dirty South, but they are definitely on the East Coast of the Dirty South. So, listen, we can't. If we want to relegate the East Coast to just the Northeast corridor, I don't think that that's right, because DC and Baltimore are not in the Northeast corridor. So I don't think we can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So so technically, yeah. And they came up to New York to do their thing. So they got they talent in North Carolina, but they got their swag in New York. And Puffy had a lot to do with that. But Devontae took a bunch of East Coast, down south East Coast groups and artists and brought them up to New York, and they had their own thing, the whole swing mob thing going on. So, you got the Timberlands, the Missy Elliott's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
They don't. They don't give Devontae his props because they said that the motherfucker was fucking. He fucked them around.
Well,
but I mean, without Devontae, y'all not coming to New York.
I'm going to say, I really don't want to. A lot of times when somebody gives you your start, it's easy to come back and be like, yo, they didn't pay me what they should have paid me. You wasn't even asking for what you're asking for right now. But you opportunity to be able to ask for what you're getting now. And there's something to be said about that. Now, if he held you back from getting paid from somebody else, that would be a different conversation. But he wasn't even in a position to be shitting on nobody like that. I mean, so all right, look at if you look at Devontae's swing, you have to kind of look at Ike Turner. Ike Turner was getting all of the money from the record companies or whatever, and he distributed it his way. So yeah, he may not have paid everybody what he could have paid them, but did they get paid?
Mm-hmm.
They did get paid. Can I
ask you a question? Sorry to interrupt you. Did you hear when Tina Turner was singing? It was a video of her singing on YouTube when she said, "What would you do if I sing out of tune?" He said, "Punch you in the eye."
Yo, I never saw that.
It was on YouTube.
Yo. Oh man.
You can hear it clear, bro.
That's crazy as hell, boy. Damn. I gotta see that. That's funny as shit.
You gotta hear it. You gotta go on there, man.
Okay. So wait a minute. So let me see. Clay says Single Life was on point with Cameo. Oh yeah, right. I'm living the single. Okay. All right. We got some power coming up. All right. Okay. Barcelona said Teddy and Patty. All right. You already said Teddy, and you said Patty LaBelle. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? She kept it Philly with that one. All the way from Alpha to Omega. Okay.
I mean, even though we know so much about Patty, that if you ask me to, shit was off the chain.
Well, Patty got a lot of. I mean, she never really fucked nothing up. You know what I'm saying? Never. You know what I mean? Yeah. She can sing a catalog.
She can sing a Campbell soup commercial and make it sound good.
But she definitely going to gospelize it. That's for sure.
That's the truth.
You know what I mean? Whether you like it or not, you going to feel it. Okay. Carla said Boys to Men and New Edition. Thank you. Thank you.
Damn, Carla, you took Boys to Men from me. And you took New Edition. God, Carla, good for you. Good for you, Carla. But I hate you.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Quick Toast and MC. Just quick like quick okay, he talking about the line from Brand Newbie. Okay, all right.
Don't worry about the poop because the poop is never bluffing. I get Eddie from the West, so then I take a buffering. God damn, boy.
Carla, wait a minute. What is Carla talking about? Too Short and the Pointer Sisters. You talking about the Bay Area? Did we just go?
Carla, you related to Cheryl?
Like, what the hell? What just happened here? What just happened?
I know what happened. She thinks Too Short for me because Gilly playing Below the Whistle all the
time. Wait, Clay said 50 don't want it with Tippy Red, let alone Fab. Like, you know what? You got shit.
Tippy Red.
Tippy Red. That must be his baby mom or some shit like that.
That's Coil Ray baby father.
Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do as far as the East Coast is concerned, I'm going to talk about some people who made it possible for us to have the music to blow the East Coast up. And so I'm going to do 4. I want to say Russell Simmons. I want to say Rick Rubin. I'm going to say Gamble and Huff. And I'm going to say Fly Ty Williams, who brought us the Juice Crew. Without those 4, we wouldn't have a lot of the artists that we're talking about. Yeah. They made it possible in production and management. You know what I mean? They like Russell Simmons don't get enough credit for what he did with Rush Artist Management and what he did what he did for hip hop to put it on the world stage. He don't get enough credit for that. It's a shame.
Because I think that personal shit erased a lot of his bullshit, a lot of the good shit that he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's criminal because he wasn't getting enough credit anyway. He wasn't getting enough credit even before any of those allegations. He just wasn't. But if you went to a hip hop show back in the day, you saw the difference between who was when Rush Artist Management artists went on. You saw pyro, the sound was crisp, it was beating and it was setting the pace of your heart at the shows. You know what I mean? It was top-notch production. It was clear and concise vocals. It was talent off the charts. They were well trained. They were well groomed. They were they knew what they were doing. So if you weren't a Rush Artist, Rush Artist Management artist, well, you kind of, if your sound got messed up, if they couldn't really hear you at the show, if your name was like Big Daddy Kane or KRS-One, you wasn't gonna be looking good at them shows. It wasn't gonna be no fire. They wasn't even gonna drop the lights when you came on stage. Do you remember that show, the Def Jam concert? They had Kane and KRS-One at the joint. I'm like, look at this shit. When Rush Artist Management artists went on, you heard the boom. You know what I mean? All that shit is right. When Kane went on there, like you see him on stage, they dancing their heart out. He rapping his ass off, and you could barely hear him. I was like, look at this shit. You know where the money at. You know where the fucking money at. But Russell was such a good manager. Russell got Run DMC on MTV. Russell got LL Cool J popping. Russell got Crush Groove on. Russell got the Fat Boys and Houdini and Stetsasonic, got the world looking at them like that and put them out there like that. And it
takes me out because the only downfall of Russell Simmons is Tougher Than Leather, the movie.
Well, that wasn't his downfall. He got paid for that too. So Rick Rubin was with Russell Simmons, and they was the best tandem when they were together. But
yes, he was.
It couldn't last.
There's no Def Jam without neither one of them.
They certainly wasn't. But Russell, Rick had aspirations of his own. Plus, that he was getting high too much. Yeah, you start getting high, you getting all eccentric and all of that shit. You bugged out. You saw how he started looking. It ain't too hard to figure out what somebody is going through when they start appearing certain kind of ways. But yeah, so I wanted to give a shout out to them. What Gamble and Huff did with Philadelphia International don't have to be restated. If you don't know, then then you don't even deserve to have you shouldn't be speaking. You know.
Do your homework. Do your homework. And my shout outs will go to Linda Creed, one of the best songwriters ever. One of the number one songs she wrote was the greatest love of all.
Okay.
Linda Creed.
She from the East
Coast? She from Philly. Huh?
You said she from Philly?
Yeah, she from Philly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't even know her. Okay.
Like, as a matter of fact, she has a star. She has a star on a Philly Walk of Fame.
Okay.
I want to also give still got to shout out James Mtume. Family. I always call he's family to me, like an uncle to me. You know, not only was he played the Congos, same thing you be playing, son. He played the Congos for Miles Davis. You know what I mean? And you know, he was the music director from off of New York Undercover. Mm-hmm. But he also was part of his group was his first group was Mother's Finest. Okay. Wanted to sing "Love Will Make You Oh So Happy." That was his first. That was his first group.
Okay.
Then he changed the name to Mtume.
Okay.
You know, and then I was hoping you didn't use him, but I'm going to take him. Teddy Riley.
Okay.
You got to if Teddy Riley isn't on the map, I don't know who is it. Without Teddy Riley, I mean, he might have still made it, but without Teddy Riley, there's no Pharrell. Okay. He was Pharrell's mentor.
Okay.
He wrote Teddy Riley's part for Rump Shaker as a teenager. Pharrell did that.
Teddy Riley produced the song "The Show" by
as a fucking teenager.
I mean, what more needs to be said? The Show? It was.
He put in the projects at that.
He rocked that.
Hey, Slick, wait. Hey, Slick Rick and Dougie, get in the shower and start rapping.
That's crazy as shit. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. That's some fucked up shit, man. Shit, he listen, he did My Prerogative out of the projects, and he did majority of fucking Keith Sweat album out of the projects.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, man. Mm-hmm. I'm ready to move to the project.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what we got? We got Clay said George Benson. All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
that's my man.
I like some George Benson. I definitely like some
George Benson, man.
Hell yeah.
I love some George Benson, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, big time. Boy. I'm a big George Benson fan.
Yeah.
Shit, I think the last song, I remember all the song, but I remember back in the 80s when he came out that song where he if I knew back then what I know now, if I understood what 2020 Vision, that was the name of the song.
Never give up on a good thing. Remember what makes you happy. That was my shit, boy.
That's my shit, boy.
Because it's what you got.
What you got.
You got a lot. That was my shit. Johnny West, what's good, man? All right. Johnny West says, I played the triangle in the recorder for PM Dawn. Did you really?
God damn, Johnny. That's what's up.
Wait a minute, is he serious?
You play the triangle.
That's what I would like. You played the triangle for them? I'm thinking like
let me see. Did you play the triangle in the record while you were recording for people?
I'm like, where was the triangle? Well, I'm trying to think about the triangle song A triangle instrument in PM Dawn's. Like, baby, you send me.
I believe I can hear the triangle in that song.
It wasn't even a beat. You know what I mean? It was True by Spandau Ballet.
It might have just been one day.
Let's see. I Would Die for You. That wasn't they beat either. All right.
Hey, Johnny, what song you put the triangle in the recorder
He
for?
said for a recorder. So you fluting and tinging for him. All right, let me see. All right, Clay said PM Dawn. That's a flashback moment. Hell yeah. He said,
Clay said, was he there with Chris Parker and the rush the stage?
You know what? I can't. That I don't care what nobody say. That was the lowest thing that KRS-One has ever done. That was some low shit. He will throw a motherfucker off stage at his show. What kind of shit?
How you gonna be a whole fucking Boogie Down production and throw two people off this fucking stage? You gonna throw on PM and Dawn?
I mean, I ain't never heard of no shit like that before. But hey, that's your boy. That's your boy.
That's my boy.
All right.
Learn.
You ever listen to Kenny Parker's blogs on YouTube?
No, I haven't. I didn't even know.
Oh, definitely listen to Kenny Parker, KRS-One brother. Yeah, he was also his DJ. Yeah, he tells a lot of stories, a lot of intimate stories about a lot of the things that you heard about Boogie Down Productions and all of that. From an insider's perspective, it's some interesting shit. Yeah, so definitely check him out. All right, so this is our last run. We already on overtime. So I'm going to go with Music Soul Child and Freddie Jackson. Rock Me Tonight, boy. You know what I mean? And let me see. Who else do I want to go? You know what? As much as I hate to do this shit, even though she's not known for none of her singing, I'm going to go with Jaguar Wright. Just because motherfuckers know who she is, even just for the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
More known for messiness and conspiracy theories than her music ever produced. Like, you gonna have a problem naming even one Jaguar Wright song.
Yeah.
But you know who Jaguar Wright is. Success. That's Triple B. Tell you what, a bonus. I'll take Eve. Fuck it.
Okay. That washes away Jaguar, right?
Right? Because I didn't want to do it. But the world might appreciate it more than anything else. People was listening to her, that dumb shit she was talking about.
Yeah, she was. Oh man. You don't even hear from her no more.
Clay said, "Oh, that's right. She actually was a singer too. Yeah, she was actually good when she was underground. She had 1.5 albums.
And the best thing that she ever did in her life was with the Roots, when they did the Unplugged with Jay-Z.
And let her tell it. She better than Jill Scott. Jill Scott took her shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay.
She better than Jill, better than Erykah Badu, better than all of them.
That's what she'd tell you if you put a microphone in front of her in a camera.
And then when she was messing with Common assaulted her by hitting her in the face with his penis, trying to get us up. I'm like, damn, Jaguar. You're everywhere. You're like a pair of old Converse.
I'm like, Jaguar, just sing me a verse. Fuck all that shit. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if you ain't AI. Sing a verse, bitch. Yeah. Prove that you was in music. You know what I mean? You acting like you the whole Forrest Gump of fucking of neo soul and shit. You was everywhere.
Yeah.
You seen everything.
You see, yeah. She was like fucking special ed. Of course, I've been everywhere, under every rock, in every chair.
Like, give me a fucking break. Go ahead, Troy. What's your
Okay, now I'm gonna go with Sister Sledge. Because one of my favorite songs is I wonder how he's the greatest dancer.
My first record I ever bought.
Now that was one. And I'm surprised we didn't mention this group, son. We think about New York and Philly, but we didn't think about B-More. We didn't mention Drew Hill.
Okay.
We didn't mention the Hill. What are we gonna do? And their first one was over, but that second one, Return of the Dragon or Into the Dragon, whatever.
No, that was Cisco's second album.
I'm talking about what was the name of the first? What was the name of the
I can't remember what their first album name was, but all the albums was good. Drew Hill was.
You can play from one song one to the end and then play it again, bro.
Well, one thing I'll say, you know what I mean? You just say whatever you want to about Cisco. That motherfucker used to be singing his ass off.
Yeah.
He used to be tearing that shit apart. But yeah, Drew Hill for sure. But let me give a sidebar shout out to Go-Go Music.
I was getting ready to tell you that, son.
Okay.
I was getting ready to tell you EU and Chuck Brown.
Well, the whole Go-Go music. I mean, Go-Go movement. Go-Go is some dope shit. It really is. I don't understand how why it never did. Why the world didn't take all it had to offer. But Go-Go it's more than just what the most popular song sounded like. Go-Go music is real music. That shit is dope.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you dig deep into the roots of Go-Go, you're talking about African music because there's a lot of drums involved with it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of instruments involved with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I like it because they infuse a lot of bongos, a lot of cowbells.
I was just getting ready to say that. I'm telling you, hey Wes, you could have played Go-Go with the triangle.
Oh man!
You should have been playing Go-Go instead of PM doing West.
I got a feeling Johnny West was just fucking with us because he ain't said another word from that shit. Like,
I think he in the back. I think he in the back saying "fuck Troy" and son.
I'm gonna say this. All right, we don't even have we don't have no poll question, so we good. We gonna do these birthday shout outs. But speaking of birthday shout outs, technically it's our girl Kim Wim's birthday today. So I'm giving her a pre shout out because it's the 8th now. At this moment in time, it's the 8th, and her birthday is August 8th. So shout out Kimmy. I hope you're somewhere.
Kim's Wims, happy birthday. I just forgot, and I'm sorry. I want to give a shout out to my youngest daughter who turned 25. My daughter, Nevaeh, turned 25. She owed me a couple of hours, but she can keep it for her birthday. Okay. But yeah, so I mean, most definitely. Kel's happy birthday. Hope everything going well with you. I want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm glad y'all all came in and enjoyed. It was a most enjoyable night, especially when everybody in the chat is contributing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean, at the end of the night, just be blessed, be safe, keep taking care of them babies, and be the guards of the children in that neighborhood, in them neighborhoods.
Mm-hmm.
Much love to you, son. When your birthday again?
The 12th, next Wednesday.
Oh, this boy birthday coming up. The king is here.
Look, let me just make it for these next 4 days. You know what I mean?
My fault, young boy. My fault, young boy.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
My fault, young. Say the child's place.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. I do.
Oh, definitely. Love y'all, man. Y'all have a good day, man, or a good morning. I'll be on there tomorrow.
All right, man. Holla back.
All right, fam.
All right. All right, y'all. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 7th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. We get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box. Hold on. Okay. Number one out the box, Elijah Morris Druitt, and also Nicole Jackson, Sunshine, Charles Thomas, Arlena Jackson, Carla Jones, Shireen Smith, Lois Moses, Yasmin Martin Samuels, Yulercy Santos, Michelle Fleming, Mrs. T. Jordan, Ken Jones, and last but not least, my girl, Natalie T. Lock. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious August 7th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internet. Hold on. Happy birthday to my man, Jalen Hurts, QB1. His birthday is August 7th. Happy birthday to my man, QB1, Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Now you know why they be hating on him like that, and you see why he be persevering. I want to give a shout out to all y'all and anyone else out there born on this glorious August 7th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. I say that we gotta do our thing and make sure that you understand it's a swing. Yo, East Coast, West Coast, doesn't matter. Down South, Midwest, you know who's the best. And the best gets subjected sometimes. So sometimes you gotta throw around your weight and get shine. Shine bright, shine right. Make sure that you always get your mind right. And if it's wrong, the song might make it a little better, but you gotta get some therapy and let a motherfucker get up in the brain because they are trained to make sure that you get past all of your prior constraints. I'm not a saint and I'm also not a demon, but I remember my man Max Beeman, and that was a brother of mine, had a lot of struggles. Used to be all up in the crack house and snuggle with a pipe. Yeah, that's not really right, but sometimes you gotta act like that. You know the type of person that you're gonna be is somebody that will be HELP, FUL, helpful to somebody, and you can tell when people really care instead of getting out their phone and just stare and make a fool of yourself. But yo, everybody comes to the point where they need some help. I know I did. And it wasn't just when I was a kid, when I grew older. Yo, dust on my shoulder. No, I needed a shoulder lean on. And so I always think about my man when he got his gleam on and he got his first whip with the hammer rims. That shit was with the spoiler kit and the Alpine system blowing. But I said, yo, man, you selling that coke. I think you're knowing that there's only two ways out the game. And that's when you either go to jail or when they no longer say your name because you put down in the ground. And I lost so many people to the drug game that I have found that sometimes you gotta make a little judgment, and that don't mean you gotta push people out of your life. But damn, trife is not the way that you should be today. You gotta set a better example for the kids, make a way for them to be able to prosper, whether they become somebody who cleans floors or become a doctor. Procter & Gamble's a big company, but you know they had to do a whole lot of slimy shit in order to make billions of dollars. It ain't easy. So you're going to have to make peace with it. I want to thank all of y'all for coming through, and I'm going to see y'all tomorrow just around 2. And I'm going to be on time. I promise that I will. So we going to end this thing with a couple of skills. Shout out to my people named Clay. And I can't forget Barcelona. Thanks for coming around the way. And Carla, I appreciate you holding it down. Cheryl, you know how we do. We always clown around. Remember them hikes that we used to take? I miss that shit. And I say, for God's sake, the foundation that you lay is what you're going to talk about someday. All right, y'all. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today for the Urban Therapy with Sun show. So make sure y'all come on through. Make sure that you come on through. So next week is Midwest, huh? I got to start now. Yes, we are talking about the Midwest. And we're going to end off this Homage series. And I ain't going to lie, I'm going to be glad it's over. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this was the best idea. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Get some rest. See y'all at 2. And if I don't see y'all at 2 today, I'll see y'all at 2 on Sunday. Let's do it that way. You know what I mean? It ain't hard. Love is love, y'all. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Y'all have a good night. Be peaceful. Salute.